to be guiding you today through a full body Hatha flow goodness. So basically the intention for this class is just for you to feel good. We're gonna do touch from head to toe, so have fun. Come down to your back and just start to connect to your breath right away. You can hug your knees in, maybe even rock a little bit from side to side. You can rock back and forth the length of your spine. I like to place my hands on my knees and start to draw little circles so you can massage the low back and just notice any tension that you might have into that space. And then reverse. You can even move your legs in the opposite direction. And then we're gonna take a supine twist. You can slide your hips a couple inches to the left, draw the knees in, let your knees fall to the right. Take your right palm on top of your left leg and extend your left arm out to the side and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more just like that. Inhale, create space. Open mouth, exhale. Last one, breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. And then mindfully tone the belly, come back to center. Slide your hips to the right and let the knees fall to the left. Remembering that you can always use your props. You can take a block between the knees if you have a big gap in between the legs. Now soften through the shoulders a bit more. And take one more mindful breath here. Good, you're going to come back to center. Now hug your right knee in. And you're going to hover your left leg off the mat. So if this is too much for you, you can always rest your left leg on the floor as well. Now wake up your toes and start to press through the balls of your feet. So lots of energy through the feet. Relax the shoulders. So keep the upper body soft and easy here. Now as you start to create a little bit more compression here, start to draw your right knee slightly to the right. Breathe. Exhale, slowly back to center. We're gonna do this 2 more times. So it's a very small movement, okay? Inhale. Compress a little bit more. Exhale, slowly. Take the knees lightly to the right. So you're gonna feel a little compression in the hip joint here, starting to lubricate the hip joint. Back to center. Last one. And slowly back to center. All right, now you're gonna draw your forehead towards your knee. But again, the shoulders are not creeping up towards the ears. Just relax the shoulders down. See if you can soften here. Draw that navel down towards your mat. Keep the low back nice and long. Squeeze a little bit more here. You may start to notice a little bit of heat. Welcome that heat. And slowly release. Plant both feet on your sticky mat and start to windshield wipe the legs. So we can spend a few moments on our backs, just slowly starting to deepen the breath, move the body mindfully. Hug your left knee in, extend your right leg. Again, wake up your toes. Make sure the low back is heavy on the floor and the shoulder blades are also relaxing on your sticky mat. Take a breath in through the nose. Squeeze the knee in and then exhale, slowly open the knee to the left. Back to center. And slowly open that knee. Again, it's a very small range of motion here. We're going to do this one more time. Bring your knee back to neutral here. And then take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift those shoulders. So you're hugging the knee in and hugging the belly in. So there's a contraction through the belly, but try to find expansion with your inhales. Again, keeping soft and easy into the shoulders, jaw. One more breath. And slowly release. Very nice, my friends. Windshield wipe your legs once again. All right. You're gonna hug your right knee once again. This time extend your left leg. So draw that right knee towards the armpit. So this time you're already hugging towards the right. Wake up your toes. Now we slowly start to hover that left leg right above the earth. Take one more breath here. Now you're going to grab the outer edge of your foot. If that's available to you, if that's too much, remember you can slide your hand down to your shin or even just keep the hand behind the leg here. Now rest your left heel on the floor. Or if, okay, you're like, this is too much sensation for me right now, you can bend your left knee here as well. Notice if you start to rock, to roll towards your right side, see if you can keep the hip points facing the ceiling. You're drawing your right knee down towards the floor and pressing the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. One more breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Slowly draw your knee in one more time. Extend your left leg. And now you're gonna cross your right leg over your left. So you're in a figure four here. So if you can, keep your leg extended and lace the fingers behind your leg. Otherwise, you can always bend your left knee here if you think that this is too much for you. So also starting to create a little bit of space in the back of the leg. Starting with this little hip routine here. One more breath. Stay for the exhale in this figure four. Now friends, you're just gonna keep your right ankle on top of the leg and then slowly start to slide your knee on top of that left leg. You're gonna bend both knees And you're gonna grab your shins or your ankles. Flex through the toes. You should feel this in your outer hips, IT band. Again, always reminding yourself to relax a bit more through the shoulders, the neck. Breathe deeply. And slowly release. You can hug the knees in, draw little circles. You can even windshield wipe the legs. All right, keep your left knee towards the chest. Extend your right leg up. So you're drawing that left knee towards the armpit. Slowly start to hover your right leg. It's almost like I think it's so much energy through that foot as if you're pressing a wall away from you. Take one more breath here. Now slowly transition into the half happy baby. Again, be honest and kind to yourself. If grabbing your foot is too much, just slide your hand on your ankle or your shin, and then you can rest your right foot on the floor. You may not even rest. So my left hip is pretty tight, so I don't have the same range of motion, so my foot is not touching the floor now. So I'm just gonna bend my right knee, taking my foot to the ground. And again, try to be active here. Try to stay present. The breath is the foundation for everything. Each pose has its own breath. Transitions, right? So that's why it's so important to be mindful. Notice where you feel sensation here. See if you can expand those areas with the breath. Bringing that awareness into the space. And, you know, a little goes a long way, so. All right, slowly draw that knee towards the armpit. Raise that right leg once again, and this time you're gonna cross your left ankle on top of your right leg. Option to lace your fingers, or you can, again, you can always bend your right knee here. Breathe deeply into that left outer hip. Outer leg, the hip joint. Take one more cycle of breath here as you continue to breathe slowly. And mindfully release the bind. And just start to slide that left leg over the right. You're gonna bend both knees. And again, grab what's available to you, whether that's your shin, your ankle. Remember to wake up your toes as you flex through the feet. Final breath. And slowly release, friends. You can start to draw circles. You can move the knees in the same direction or opposite direction. And then start to rock and roll here. Massage your back as you roll the length of the spine. Just one more. And come to a seated position. So since today is, full body flow, we're definitely gonna do some core. Nothing too crazy. You're just you can rest your heels on the ground here. You can bring the tippy toes, or you can take the hands behind your leg, finding both pose, Navasana, whatever you choose. Just make sure you're not rounding through the upper back. Lift through the sternum. You can even reach your arms in front of you. Lots of energy through those toes. You can flex or you can point. Try to relax your hip flexors here a little bit more. Embrace that shake, embrace that heat. Take one more breath. And slowly hug your shins. Lengthen through the low back here. All right, option now to do the same variation or keeping the feet on the floor. So you're going to lean back slightly, plug those shoulders. Now take an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, press the hands down. Good. Keep lots of awareness in that belly. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Hug the knees in. Again, just lengthen, soften through the shoulders. Maybe move the head. Yes, and no. Open and close your mouth. And then, whenever you're ready, just going to find a downward dog. So it's nice to come to a plank first so you can lengthen and then just lift the hips up and back. Paddle your feet as much as you need here. It might be nice to bend your right knee deeply and hold it here for 2 breaths as you sink that left heel towards the earth. I feel a really nice stretch in my calf here. I've been walking quite a bit, walking almost 3 miles every day, so definitely I can use all the stretch I can get into my hamstrings, calves, the low back. As you switch here, again, same amount of awareness, attention. Slowly release. You're gonna start to warm up the spine and do a little bit more core awareness here. So from your downward dog, ground yourself, right? So press through your palms, pull the belly in. Inhale, round your spine slowly forward, like you're a big wave. Shift to the toe tips, knees can come down to the floor, slowly lower down. Untuck your toes, take a baby cobra here, doesn't have to be anything big, tone the legs. Remember, it's about feeling good. Knees can stay on the floor, press back into child's pose, and then downward dog. We're going to do this 2 more times, so I want you to move with your breath, so you may move a little bit slower, a little bit faster. Inhale, round that spine, so moving from the core. Resist the weight of your body as you come down to the earth. Back bend of choice, cobra, sphinx, upward dog. We meet in downward dog. Just one more like that, friends. Inhale, slowly, no rush here. round through the back, slowly come down. You can take a spider cobra here. And we meet in downward dog. I like taking that child's pose in between to stretch, open the back body. Take baby steps to the top of your mat. And then once you get there, press the palms on the shins, lengthen through the spine. And fold. Maybe bend one knee, then the other. Shake your head yes and no. Roll the spine to stand. Take your time. Let the arms hang. Shrug the shoulders towards your ears. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, drop the shoulders. All right, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, very nice. So we're going to move through some B's here. So we're going to sit low. I like to keep my feet hip width, more space in the low back, but you can always, you're welcome to bring the knees to touch, big toes to touch. So sweep the arms, chair pose here. Lengthen through the tailbone, soften the shoulders. One more breath in here. Feel those quads warming up. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale, lengthen. Plant your hands, exhale. You can step or jump here. You can skip the flow if you wish. We're going to meet in downward dog. Raise your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot forward. Take your time. Plant your left heel. Square off the hips. And then rise for your warrior one. You can always bring the arms a little bit wider like a funnel. Or you can even cactus your arms here. Once you're able to pause and listen to what your body's telling you, that's when you make a decision, right? Breathe here. One more. Lots of energy through the feet, power of your legs. And then you're gonna frame your right foot, step back to plank flow, or just press back downward dog. Take your left leg high behind you. Step your left foot forward. Plant your right heel and rise. Just trying to feel the pose a little bit more as you disconnect from everything that's external, right? Cultivating awareness, that beautiful awareness. One more breath here. And frame your left foot. Step back. Move like you. Whether you need your flow or not. Cobra or upward dog. We meet in downward dog. You're going to bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of your mat, whether you want to step or jump. Inhale, lift halfway, exhale, fold. Sit low, chair pose. Hands at the heart, straighten the legs. And we're gonna do this one more time. So sit low. It's nice to bring the fingertips to the floor if you can, and then you raise the arms. Stay committed to your pose. And then fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. Or not. We meet in downward dog. Inhale, raise your right leg. Step your right foot forward. Plant your left heel, rise, warrior one. So, as you keep the integrity of the pose here and revisit this pose, notice what you can find that's new. Sensation or the breath, awareness. It's not so much about the perfect shape. Yes, alignment is great. It helps you to make this practice sustainable, right? Keeping the integrity of the pose. But think also on an energetic level. Look up and lengthen. Exhale, frame your right foot. Flow. Or press back, downward dog. Breathe your left leg high. Step your left foot forward. Plant your right heel, rise, warrior one. Notice the need to leave the pose, or how the shape affects the quality of your breath. One more breath in. Exhale, frame your left foot. And we meet in downward dog. Breathe here. Reconnect with intention, with breath. Observe as you take a moment to ground. Bend your knees, look forward. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit low, chair pose. Hands at the heart. Press through the feet to stand. All right, very nice. We're just gonna do a little bit of, I wanna work with pyramid pose. So a nice way to do this is to step your feet just outside your sticky mat. And then you're gonna pivot. So right now, my right foot is forward, left foot back. So my back foot, it's roughly the inner arch of my foot is in line with the edge of the mat. Square off the hips. You can take the hands to your hips and literally square them. Inhale, lift through the sternum. Breathe into the collarbones here. Draw the navel towards the spine and let the chest lead the way. And then you can release the hands to the floor or blocks. So I'm gonna go sideways here now. Think of less rounding in this shape. More lengthening through the spine. Soften the toes. And think of your weight shifting slightly forward into the right foot. Find length and space through the neck as well. One more breath here. Take the hands to the hips. Press through your feet. Slowly come to rise. Take a moment. And then you're just gonna pivot. So the same alignment here. So if you're doing the other way around, that's totally fine. I just want you to be able to see here what I'm doing. So again, inhale, lengthen. Let the heart lead the way as you slowly start to fold. You don't have to lock your knees here. The hands can come to blocks, books, or any furniture that you may have. Or you can grab your elbows with opposite hands behind your back here as well. Just see if you can, again, breathe into the space, expand your breath as you breathe through sensations. That's where the magic happens. Those areas of your body that you're feeling discomfort, sensation, allow the breath to move into that space. Allowing room for transformation. One final breath here. Take your hands to the hips, tone the belly, tone the legs, and slowly come all the way up. Very nice. Shake it out a little bit. And then inhale, sweep through the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, you're going to step your left foot back. Now, very little weight on your fingertips here. Remember, option here for lunge is always to bring your back knee to the floor. Now, pull the belly in. Find lots of energy through your foot and your leg, and slowly you're going to come up to high lunge. You can always step your front foot a little bit wider. You can bend your back knee a little bit more in order to soften into that low back here if you're feeling too much pressure. Draw the navel in, bring those ribs down. Soften the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, open twist to your right. To challenge the balance a little more, you can shift your gaze towards your right hand. And then come back to center, breathe in. And breathe out. Frame your right foot. You're going to walk your right foot out. And you can bring your knee to the floor, coming into a lizard pose. One more breath in. Slow breath out. One more, friends. Slowly walk your foot towards the midline and just shift your hips back a little bit here for a little runner stretch. Spine stays nice and long. Toes curl towards your shin. Shoulders is laid down away from your ears. And we're going to rebend right knee. Curl the back toes. We're going to revisit that pyramid pose. So perhaps the leg feels a little bit longer already and you feel a little bit more openness, spacious, you can even work towards bringing the hands flat, or maybe even flex your toes here, lift the ball of your foot off the mat. So I always feel a little bit more sensation here. Good, and then slowly just step back to a plank. You can flow or just find downward dog. Step your left foot forward. Again, very little weight on your fingertips here. Just sit up for your high lunge. Whenever you feel ready, you come up as you press through the feet, engage the belly. Square off the hips. Arrive at your pose. Find your balance. Any adjustments needed in order for you to find stillness. Take another breath in. Exhale, open twist to your left. Brighten those fingers, soften the shoulders. Trust yourself, trust your body. Good, come back to center, inhale. Exhale, frame your foot, walk your left foot to the edge of your mat. And then you can gently place your knee to the floor, or you can keep the toe tucked under if you like more of an active lizard. I'm a big believer that less is more. Just note here what this shape feels like on the side. Where do you need to bring your attention, your breath to? Stay here for one more. And then slowly walk your foot towards the midline. And you're going to slide your hips back, coming to the half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. Using each inhale to create space, each exhale helps you to soften. Notice the length of your exhales. Finding the sweetness of the pose, of the moment. Even if the pose causes discomfort, how can you, soften, find sweetness, joy into the shape? And then rebend through your knee, front knee. Curl the back toes. Find that pyramid pose. So adjust your back foot just enough where your heel touches the floor. Square off the hips. And breathe. The breath always helps you to come back to the present moment, to be able to find stillness. Final one. And then you can just step back to that plank. You can flow or you can just lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Travel to the top of your mat whenever you're ready. Breathe in, lengthen, create space. And breathe out, fold. Press through your feet, inhale, rise. And hands to the heart. All right, let's work on a little balancing pose here. So we've done quite a bit of hips and also hamstrings, right? So let's balance. We're going to transfer the weight towards the left foot first. So just lift your right heel to begin. Now start to bring awareness to the left leg as you spread your toes and then press through your foot so you can grow nice and tall here. And start to lift your right knee to about hip height. You're not locking your left knee, friends. Find your drishti, your focal point, right away. Keep the shoulders over the pelvis here. Now, you're going to take your left hand to your right leg. Reach your right arm behind you. Level 2, you can take your hand to the outer edge of your foot and you can kick that foot and extend your leg. Breathe, soften through the shoulders. All that I care, even if you bend your knee here a little bit, that's fine, but that standing leg stays nice and strong. One more breath. And slowly release. You can shake it out a little bit here. And then we're going to go into the other side. So balancing this time on your right foot. Lift your left heel, grow nice and tall. Just lift your knee, flex your toes. Steady. Take your right hand to your left leg. Extend your arm behind you. And if you can, shift your gaze back. That's going to challenge your balance. That navel draws in. Level 2, you can grab the outer edge of your foot and you can kick that leg. And you may notice you may not have the same flexibility, so you can bend your knee. But all really that matters is that the foundation is nice and strong and that the shoulders stay over the hips. Slowly release. Come back to center. Take a moment here. You can close your eyes. Notice the breath. Each inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs to capacity. That gently contraction as you let the air out. Noticing the balance, thoughts. And slowly release. All right, let's do a little bit more hips. We're gonna do, so we started with outer hips, right? Doing that figure 4 and that happy baby. So we're going to work a little bit more with outer hips and a little bit of side body. So trying to, touch from head to toe. So you're gonna come to a tabletop. Take your right knee behind your left. So you're stacking the knees and open the feet wide. And then slowly come to sit in between the legs. I'm sitting on a blanket here just because one sit bone tends to stay off the ground and you want to make sure that you're pressing equally through both sides. So that's where a blanket block may be helpful. If you're like Joy, this is not happening. That bottom leg can be straight, okay? Now work towards flexing your toes and breathe. Some of you right away will notice the fire, right? The heat building into the hips. So this might be where you stay. Or you can slowly start to walk the hands forward if you need a little bit more. Notice where the mind goes. Notice how the pose affects the breath, and notice your reactivity to the pose. When we come to our mats, really, it's all about connection, right? The union of mind, body, breath. So using the tools of yoga to allow us to just be present to the sensations, to whatever that comes up. You're gonna inhale, circle your arms. Yes, we're gonna stay here a little longer. It may seem like forever. Take your left hand to the floor, reach your right arm up and over. One more breath. Breathe deeply through the left side, right side of your body. And back to center. Inhale. And just exhale. Uncross the legs. Ouch, right? This stretch gets me every single time. Let go. And I'm gonna go right to the other side. So left knee comes behind the right, or whatever side you didn't do. Open the feet wide and then slowly come to sit. I always like to get into the shape from a tabletop. I just find it a little bit easier, and it allows me to really create space to get into this pose. Flex your toes, sit tall. Maybe you stay here, or if you need more, walk the hands forward as you fold over the legs. Take 3 more breaths. Full, rich inhales and exhales. Ask yourself where you can soften a little bit more, where you notice resistance building. One more. If you're folding over the legs, slowly walk your hands back. Take an inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, take your right hand, reach up and over. Take that side stretch. Final breath. And back to center. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Windshield wipe the legs here. And we're gonna go back we're gonna go down to our backs once again. So just like in the very beginning of class, come down, take a moment here, Draw circles with your hips. Notice if it feels a little bit more spacious in the low back, the hips. And then just plant your feet about hip width apart. It doesn't have to be as wide as your sticky mat. So walk the heels in towards the sits bones. You're going to take a little back bend here. We're going to take bridge pose. Spread your toes. Press your feet and lift your hips. You can walk the shoulders in, lace the fingers, or you can grab the edges of your sticky mat. Notice the knees start to splay out to the sides. Try to keep drawing the knees towards the midline as if you had a block between your legs and you're squeezing that block. One more breath here. Puff that chest. And slowly lower your upper back, mid back, hips down to the ground. Windshield wipe your legs. Draw the knees in. And we're going to take a full happy baby. So we've done half happy baby in the beginning of class. Now we're going to take a full happy baby. Again, friends, you can always slide the hands down a little bit. Just avoid lifting your sacrum in order to grab your feet. Remember, less is more. Press your feet up towards the ceiling. Draw the knees closer to the earth. Lengthen through your tailbone. Soften the shoulders. You can exhale through the mouth here. One more time. And then bring the soles of your feet to touch here for this reclined butterfly pose. And mindfully release. You can again draw little circles here with your knees. Alright, we're going to take our final twist. So slide your hips to the left, let your knees come down to the right side. If you want a little bit more and your hamstrings feel nice and open, you can extend your left leg here. Right hand can come to the edge of your foot or to your shin. Extend your left arm out to the side and turn your gaze to the left. Breathe in between each rib. Feel the ribs expanding. And mindfully come back to center. Switch sides. Same amount of awareness and dedication from the other side you do on this side. You can let your knees come down to the left as you extend your arm to the right. If you can, if you want, you can extend through the right leg. Try to keep your leg about hip height. Not too high, not too low, just right. filling up the lungs to capacity. Take that big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And slowly come back to center. Draw the knees in. Wrap your forearms around shins, forehead to knees. Say something kind to yourself as you squeeze everything nice and tight. And then slowly release everything. You're going to come down to that final relaxation, that Shavasana, extending your arms and your legs. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to rest, to allow the body to absorb all the benefits of each pose as you thank yourself for making the time to show up, to do the work. Thank you for joining me, for sharing your breath and energy. From my heart to yours, namaste.